Time for our market monitor, who has the names of some small cap stocks that he says are poised to see above average earnings growth this year. The last time he was on, about 2 years ago, he recommended stocks that are both up and down double digits. He is Eric Marshall, co-portfolio manager of the Hodges Small Cap Fund. Eric, welcome back. Nice to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
And you do expect some pretty good returns, and some of that is based on what the Trump administration has promised, which is regulatory reform.
Yeah, we're just paying attention to what's going on out there within the prevailing business conditions. And I think within small cap stocks, you can always either find areas that are being overlooked or somewhat misunderstood, and where we can find above average earnings growth in those areas and the market hasn't fully priced them in, that's where we're finding the greatest opportunities.
Let's start with your first pick, Tower Semiconductor. It's small and independent.
Yeah, this is a small semiconductor specialty fab, and so they're in a position to see significant operating leverage in their business as they ramp the volume, as you see improvement in the semiconductor industry in general, and they'll come out with earnings next week. We expect them to have a relatively good quarter, but give a relatively positive outlook for 2017. So that's a name that you don't hear a whole lot about, but we think it's one that's underneath the radar and undervalued relative to the earnings expectations of the next couple years.
Next on the list is Kansas City Southern. You say it's been unfairly punished and maybe misunderstood.
Yeah, we really like their business long term. We think that they should grow above average relative to the other Class 1 railroads out there like Union Pacific. But right now they're trading at a discount to the group because of their exposure to Mexico. And we think over time the trade concerns with Mexico will be resolved. And we think sometime in the next 12 to 18 months you'll see Kansas City Southern trade at or above the market multiple for the railroads.
And finally, Eagle Materials, cement and wallboard manufacturer.
Yeah, both of these, cement and wallboard, aren't exactly exciting areas to invest in, but they're areas right now that are seeing good pricing power. We think that they're in the early stages of an earnings recovery in that business. They should do well as infrastructure spending ramps up. And we continue to like the name right here. We think it's very much underneath the radar and underappreciated.
You say there's been a recent price increase in the price of cement and wallboard. That works for them or works a little bit against them?
Yeah, that's a positive. So we like to look at the Hodges Funds. We like to find companies who sell products that are exhibiting pricing power. And when you're able to raise the price of your product, it allows you to expand your profit margins and see higher earnings. And ultimately, earnings drive stock prices.
All right, on that note, Eric, thanks for joining us. Eric
Thank
Marshall
you.
with the Hodges Small Cap Fund.